Hello and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 with me, Daddy Jokey. Today, it's actually just the afternoon from the previous episode, but we're gonna quickly move on to the following day to see if we can harvest. But first things first, I wanted to see if those mods I was talking about that should enable me to get rid of all of this will actually, in fact, work. And already I feel like I can see that they won't. This building over here clearly doesn't want to be removed, regardless of what. So, yeah, that's a shame. I mean, we can still use the hiding mod to get rid of it, but we can definitely sell this one now. I don't actually know if this one was sellable to begin with. I'm also wondering if when we sell this one, if it gets rid of this. Is that a telephone wire? Electricity wire? Electricity. It goes into the box right there. So yeah, so I don't know. I guess we'll see and find out. But it is a little bit unfortunate, and it also doesn't look like it's gonna let us get rid of that, unless maybe we have to enter the demolition mode. No? Apparently not. So, since that's the case, we're just gonna go ahead and go enjoy our day. Actually, before we do that, I'm gonna quickly check on my animals, making sure that they have all they need. They have grass, they have water. How about these ones? They have water, they have grass, lovely jubbly. So all of our animals are fine. Everybody's good. Nobody needs anything. So we're just gonna go and enjoy the afternoon off, I guess. Yawn. 7 a.m. is a murder, man. Farming is rough when you have to wake up early. What do we have in the used vehicle sale this mid-June time? What is that? A silage compactor, no need. And a giant cultivator, also no need. Alright, let's go check out the barley field. And from over here, it does not look like it matured. Which, that would be not great. Yeah, that does not look like that's a mature barley field. Well, that is actually putting quite a dent in my plan. I was sure that June 3 would be when that field was ready to go. And it evidently isn't. So now I don't really know what to do. That means, I am worried that means that both of our fields of oat and the second barley will be ready at the same time. If we pop over to this field right here, which is nearby, we should see in the info display where it is in terms of maturity. And I bet you it's at 4 out of 5. Yep, look at that, 4 out of 5. Well, we're gonna have quite the what am I looking for? We're gonna have quite the time harvesting that, and since we don't really have anything to do in the meantime, I mean, we might as well just move on. I will just verify that we don't have a lot of stuff stacking over in the pallet spawn points over here, so that's not all crowded. And as you can see, Napa cabbages be growing, but not spawning. What is that? Why are they going so slow? It should have the same production rate as these things right here. You know what? Maybe we should check to make sure we have it all set to storing. Yep, everything is set to storing. Interesting. Oh well, I don't know. I guess we don't have to worry about it then. We have a couple pallets of stuff over there, but on the whole, nothing else. So we're just gonna go ahead and skip June 3. There's nothing for it. I could do some contracts and whatnot, but like I said, I don't like doing that. It kind of feels very cheaty because the contract payouts are way too much. So Yeah, I guess we have another day off. And good morning on July 1, and yep, predictably, you can see the oat field and the barley field is ready, which means the other oat field is also ready. And so now is when we get cranking. This is gonna be D-Day 0 hour. Nothing interesting in the used vehicles. So let's quick planning session. We need to get all of our crops off the field. Is there gonna be any weather changes? Nope, not until tomorrow. So we have 2 silos. That means we can put both oats and barley into our silos without mixing anything up. So we'll be dumping them in there, and instead of carting it anywhere. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna open that up, grab our tractor, which is filthy from all the field work we've done on the field yonder. We're gonna go and hook up our trailer, and we're gonna just get right into it. And what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook up a worker onto the combine, and then I'm just gonna do the carting, because otherwise it's just gonna be a lot of back and forth. I have also, I don't know if I said this before, I have also like activated a mod within my game that changes the payouts for workers. It basically gives them hourly wages, like set to realistic amount of money, instead of the I don't even know what it is, like the weird rates that the game does by default. So if you wonder how come I'm paying the worker like 16 bucks an hour, oh no, can we not hook that up? That's annoying. Okay, well, if you're wondering why we're paying the worker like $16 an hour, that's why I'm basically giving them an hourly wage. Especially since I'm kind of role-playing that they're teenagers. Yeah, this really wouldn't be something we could hoist out of here without a vehicle. I am used to boat trailers which have a little wheel on the like support leg, and so you can actually, like, especially if you don't have a boat on it, you could do it even with a boat, but you're risking that it's gonna just roll over and crush you. But without a boat on it, you could easily roll the trailer just by pushing it around. It's literally not difficult at all, or even heavy. I'll have you know that I'm not the strongest person in the world, not a macho man, and so, you know, if I can push a boat trailer, so can you. Let's line it up, and I don't want to waste too much time diddle-daddling around with all of this nonsense. So we're gonna kind of hurry it up a little bit. I do want to check to make sure that our greenhouse is, yeah, it's got enough water. It doesn't have enough water to continue, I don't think, until tomorrow, until July 2, but it does have enough water to run throughout the day as we deal with all the harvesting. So there. Yeah, let's just get this guy out of here. All we need to do is just back up nice and easy. Then turn around and grab our header. And then we're just gonna go and clear this field out, I think. This would be a really great time if we had another tractor. It doesn't even have to be like a big gun tractor, you know? If we had another one that could run the baler while we also run the carting, that would be excellent. We could actually get the straw all baled up before we even finish this day, and it would just be like a massive undertaking at our farm. But we don't, so too bad, so sad. The pipe is on this side, so actually I want to go to the opposite end of the field, and I want to start from that side. I hope that the worker will be capable of understanding that, because we want the pipe to be facing out instead of in, for obvious reasons, because we don't want to drive into our oats in order to harvest them. I confess that I'm a little bit confused why the other field of barley took so long to mature. Oh shit. Well, that's broken. Good job. I just ruined my, you know what? Hold up. Hold the horses. No, we can't do that. Okay, we can get rid of it in just a second when we set the worker. I will take care of that fence using the hide mod. Okay, let's unpack. Forgot to do that. And then... Whoa, 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 whoa. What's up with this? Why is there a little... You see that? I think that's because maybe when I built the thing, it like cut into the field some. I don't know. I'm sure it doesn't matter. Work on headlands first. Yes, working with number of headlands. Let's do 3. Because we want to have enough clearance for the combine to turn around. And I'm hoping, it's really difficult to tell where it's going to start. I'm hoping that it'll start right here, but we'll see. No, 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 you don't. Okay, well, clearly, the AI worker is about as useful as ever, so we'll just scrap the plan of having the AI worker do anything and we'll do it ourselves. Now, the only thing I'm hoping is that I actually turned off my tractor so that I'm not wasting gas. Also, I'm looking and seeing that our combine is pretty low, but you know, time lapse. And so, I'm going to end the time lapse actually right here. 2 reasons. Number 1, we are super low on gas, or diesel I guess. So we're gonna go and grab a little bit of diesel. I don't want to fill it up because this stuff that we are just running out of is like 3 years old. So super yucky. I bet it's actually really devastating for the engine. But we're gonna grab a little bit, which technically that's also a 3-year-old diesel that we have in here. Unfortunately, neither our farm nor the game itself calculates fuel usage all that well. I don't actually know where the gas tank is on this. And then once we grab diesel, we're gonna try and set the worker to the task again, because now that I've cut the first headland, we can drive to that, what is that, like, far low corner over that way, and see if we can start them out with the pipe facing outside, and then we can do the carting. And it should be pretty easy, and we could try to do even like a, as I call it, underway overloading. I don't know what the proper farming term is. Let's see if we can fit through here. No trouble at all. So I think where the worker initially tried to go is over there. So yeah, so we'll just start them over here kind of facing toward our farm. Instead of going up, they're gonna go this way. So we'll just flip a turn right there. Angle this guy right here. Maybe a little bit better so that they can actually cut without going through the straw. And then we go in here and we verify it's still the same thing. Yep. And bam, go. What is he doing? Or she? Who's driving? He. Who are you and what are you doing to my field? Okay. Oh my giddy aunt. What are they doing? Oh. Alright, well. We tried. We tried employing the locals, and as you can see, it's unsuccessful. Honestly, the biggest issue, and this is the problem with the worker, we don't have control. We just tell them, okay, we want 3 headlands, and we want you to then start on headlands and then go up and down, but we don't control where we want them to start, and we can hardly control the direction. Like, you can change which way the field is facing, but you can tell them, I want you to start in this corner where you enter the field and go counterclockwise, and that's just not good. It's just not good. And it's these kinds of features that I'm like, come on, Giants, you know, like Courseplay and all of these mods that have been providing these features for like 10 years now, they're available. It's not difficult to make. Get good. Anyway, let's grab another time lapse. This time we won't have to interrupt it for refueling of the vehicle, so we should be good to go. Stop the time lapse here again. Decisions and indecisions galore. And what I'm gonna try to do is I'm actually gonna go, and since we were unable to get the worker to cooperate, sorry, I got confused here. What I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to hook up a follow me worker and see if we can get the worker to just follow us around the field. Now it's gonna be a little bit of a problem because if we go down, so we need them to be like right about here. I'm gonna need to turn this on, and then it works somewhat like this. It's been a while, so bear with me because I haven't really used this in a while. So follow initiate is Control F, and then we want to go and have let's see, follow me, right shift and X and right control and X. So we want right shift and X. Where is it showing us the offset? It used to just do it right over here, like it would show a little line. As you can see, there is a lot of stuff in there. Let me go ahead and check in the settings real quick. General settings, and then Thems is the production settings, but what we're looking for is follow me, which I'm not seeing here. Controls, it's gonna be in controls. Power tools, lumberjack, here we go, this is follow me. Change distance, right control S. Marker switch side offset. Right shift, right control X. Okay. Whoop. So then right shift, right control X. Right shift, right control X. Okay. That did something. I'm still not seeing. Still not seeing where it allows us to do the thing. So I'll be honest, I've played with this long time ago, and it was a lot easier to manage back then. Let's go find it again. So change distance, right control S. Change side offset, right control, and D. So we want actually A. Yeah. So we want right control, forward, and left. Where is the ready marker? Well, this is kind of saddening. I might have to play with this later. So follow me, initiate, right control F. That's the ticket. That's what we want. Waiting due to collision. So we actually want, there we go, now it's working, now we're talking. So we want right control, and we want distance of 0 and side offset of 4. Let's try this. See what happens. So then we pop in here and turn on this vehicle. We start harvesting and see what the worker does. I'm gonna zoom out a good chunk. Okay, so we need to go and do, I think we could control it even from the followed vehicle, but let's not. And we increase the offset to 5 meters, maybe even 6 meters. Let's do that. Let's do 6 meters. And then the distance clearly has to be so that's 2 plus, so let's do 4. There we go. I think this is it. I think this is gonna bring joy. Perhaps not. Okay, how about 6 meters then? As you can see, I'm fumbling around with this, making it a little bit more difficult than I think it needs to be. But I think it's going to be worth it. I think it's definitely going to be, yep, this is perfect. And so then we just go. Come on, you can do it. So it's going to take a little bit of getting used to, that's for sure. And then down, and then we go here, and then he should catch up to us and start overloading. Let's turn off this so we can see it in action. Come on, you git, catch up. Right shift, right control. There, we'll help him along. There you go. There you go. So as you can see, you can control it from here as well. And this is kind of what I was hoping to get done when I asked the worker to actually harvest our field. I was hoping to be doing the carting and have the worker do the harvesting, but as you can see, we can help it opposite way. The bonus effect of this is that we won't have to stop so much. Yeah. Of course, we will have to stop once the trailer is full, but I feel like, given the amount of oak that we have harvested so far, that won't necessarily be that much of a concern. Look at this. I mean, it's almost like it's meant to be that way. Do you know what I mean? And this is kind of what I am saddened about, that Giants Follow Me has been in farming simulators since, again, I think FS15. Truth be told, FS15 is where I realized that the game is meant to be played with mods. And so I don't actually know if it was there prior. I know FS15 for sure had it because I've used it since FS15. And that's why I'm annoyed when I don't see any Ooh, take it easy on my greenhouse, guy. What are you doing, you yokel? Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I mean, it is not perfect by any means. Right? But that's kind of on me for building that right next to the edge of the field. But, so, yeah, so now you know what I mean when I'm like, I'm not seeing the improvements that I'm asking for in this game. And it's kind of one of those things where I'm just annoyed about it. But, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. We can play with the game that we have, or we can moan about the game we wish we had. At the end of the day, if I actually wanted to see change, then I should get good and actually gain some meaningful skills to enact that change, you know? And I don't have any of those, so all I get to do is complain. And since I don't want this harvesting video to be A, 3 hours long, and B, a moaning fest, I'm gonna start another time lapse as soon as we finish this line up. So here we go. Alright, so as you can see, we're just gonna quickly grab this tiny little chunky. I know, it's like, why even bother? But I bother. And then turn off the wheel. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to separate this episode into two, and I'm probably just gonna call it, I think this would be an episode 42 maybe? So I'm gonna call it 42 part 1 and 42 part 2, because it is literally just going to be the harvesting. But again, as always, I don't want to have an episode that's way too long. What I will say though is, initially, setting up the follow me for like the first time is always kind of tricky, I find. Before you get used to all the controls, and also if you can tell your right hand from your left hand, which actually was what had happened, it can seem kind of fiddly and not really worth it. But I did enjoy having the worker drive around with me and slowly filling the trailer. Now, whether or not that's actually worth it in terms of diesel, I don't know, because it looks like we used up a good chunk of the diesel in our tractor doing that. And so that's like, you know, something to consider. Let's go and dump it into our silo. And so currently I'm actually, I don't know if I'm underwhelmed. Initially I was gonna say that I'm underwhelmed with the yield that we've gotten out of the oat field. But then I was thinking, and it sounds about right. Even for barley we got about a trailer and a half. Or trailer and half a harvester. So I'm not actually all that bothered. Just uncertain if it was worth it. At the end of the day though, it is what it is, and that's kind of what we have. We have 22,500 plus whatever this is gonna be, which we will see in just a second. I don't remember what it was. We have about 7,800 liter tank inside the Massey, and it was about half, yeah, so about 4,000. Cool. Yeah, it's not great, but we still have another fairly sizable field of oat, as well as another field of barley. So I'm gonna dump it over here, and then we're gonna just end this episode right here. This part 1 of this episode anyhow. And we will continue straight on from the next episode. So I'm not even sure that I'm gonna do the outro. Yeah, just come back for part 2. Bye.